Hello people and welcome to the Virtually News Network, where we literally shovel information directly into your eyeballs. The Pimax Crystal crushes the Quest Pro. PSVR 2 price, release date and 11 game titles announced. Meta loses 70% of its value in 12 months, then decides to ban kids from VR. And finally, we have some AAA game releases on the way, so make sure you stay to the end of the video for them. Are you excited? I know I am, so let's get straight into it then. And remember, we're born to respawn. Mercurial VR hardware manufacturer Pimax announced their new cutting-edge headset called the Crystal on the 2nd of November. Have you heard of it? No? Well, there is a reason for that. It has been completely overlooked by the mainstream VR media, including Upload VR and Road to VR, which I would consider to be the two biggest VR media outlets. So why is that? Is it because Pimax have a reputation of over-promising and under-delivering, or is it something else? On paper, the Pimax Crystal is an amazing device once you've dug through the inevitable Pimax smoke and mirrors. Seriously, if I was their head of PR, I'd be begging them to just say, here's our new headset, these are the specs, the price, release date, and by the way, it's better than the Quest Pro in every conceivable way. So, here is the spec for the Pimax Crystal. Deep breath. 2880 by 2880 pixels per eye mini QLED HDR displays. I can hear Brad Lynch having an orgasm from here. Qualcomm XR2 chip for standalone play. Glass pancake lenses with up to 140 degrees FOV, 160 Hz refresh rate, 6000 mAh hot swappable battery, 4 cameras for 6 degrees of freedom tracking, integrated DMAS audio with DTS, eye tracking with integrated IPD adjustment, fiber optic display port for wired PC gaming, and Wi-Fi 6E for wireless PC gaming. Plus, optional support for the WiGig protocol for lossless wireless PC VR gaming, Valve Lighthouse base station compatible faceplate, and a mixed reality faceplate with a 32GB camera for colour pass-through, though that will increase the overall price of your headset, obviously. How much for all this tech? $1,599 for the base headset or so. On paper, the Crystal blows the underwhelming MetaQuest Pro out of the water. In fact, not even out of the water, off the planet. But this is Pimax, so pinch of salt please. Loyal Pimaxians have already snaffled up the first production run, and the Pimax Crystal is currently out of stock, though to be honest, the release date is a little bit difficult to nail down with a vague Christmas 2022 date reporting. I called Pimax a mercurial company at the start of this article, and they are. People who have bought into the Pimax ecosystem support the company with an almost fanatical fervour, while the rest of us stand back looking at our bank balances wondering if we could ever afford these mythical VR headsets. Quite frankly, the Pimax Crystal is a stunning piece of kit. The price of $1,599 is quite low for the tech you are getting: those QLED HDR displays, pancake lenses, Qualcomm XR2 for standalone gaming, Wi-Fi 6E support, DisplayPort for PC VR, and eye tracking. It's almost as if Pimax asked every VR enthusiast what their perfect VR headset would be like, and they went, yeah, there you go, and it'll only cost a bit more than a Quest Pro. If they can deliver, and I really hope they can. Plus, we also have the Pimax Reality 12K QLED on the horizon, though to be fair, Nvidia haven't invented the GPU that can realistically run that headset to its full potential. What do you think? Are you a Pimaxian? Do you already own one of these mythical beasts? Have you pre-ordered your Pimax Crystal? Get involved, comment down below. Before I move on to my next story, I have opened up channel membership, so if you enjoy this video, you can now click the join button and help support the madness that is Mac in VR. Thanks. PSVR 2 will be with us in February 2023, and it's a bit more expensive than we thought it would be. Coming in at $549, 599 euros, 529 pounds, which is about the same price as a PS5 console. Yes, it is packed with tech like the pancake lenses, those amazing looking controllers, plus eye and face tracking, but it is also tethered and restricted to one platform. Though I am sure some clever boffins will unlock the headset for PC VR use, it still seems like an expensive option. Plus, console games are very expensive, especially if you are used to Steam VR, Quest Store, and App Labs. We're looking at you, Medal of Honor. I don't own a PS5 but really want PSVR 2, but the $1,000+ price tag to purchase the ecosystem is putting me off somewhat. The games, as far as PSVR 2 exclusives go, Horizon Call of the Mountain, really excited for that, but not a lot else. There are a ton of games in development for PSVR 2, but a lot of them are ports of games I've already played, including Resident Evil 4 again. So it's a bit more expensive than I thought. There aren't a ton of exclusives yet, but I am still excited for PSVR 2, and you can register interest in pre-ordering right now, though you will need a PSN ID to do so. Are you excited for PSVR 2? Have you registered for the pre-order already? Question of the week comes from Cloud Panderism, and they ask this. I own Virtual Desktop in Steam from my Rift S years ago and don't want to buy it in the Oculus app again tomorrow when my Quest 2 arrives. Is there any way I can use Steam's version of Virtual Desktop? Now, I get asked this all the time and the answer is no. You must buy Virtual Desktop app on either the Quest or Pico storefronts. It is the only version that allows wireless game streaming for PC VR. Meta has banned kids. More specifically, it has asked Rec Room, the popular social VR app, to remove its junior accounts from the Meta platform. Junior accounts were a way of restricting children under the age of 13 from being exposed to the internet and all its weird and wonderful ways. And also to protect other Rec Room users from the joy of having random toxic kids spoiling your experience. To be fair to Meta, they do recommend that children under the age of 13 should not be using a VR headset, as we are still unaware of what effect this has on their ocular development, balance and other health issues associated with children. I have covered the subject in this video here. Anyway, has the games drought finally lifted? Ironman VR released last week on Quest 2. I haven't managed to spend any time with this game yet, but reviews have been pretty positive, with Upload VR calling it a thrilling release that finally reaches its full potential. This week we have Among Us VR releases on the 10th of November for Quest 2 and PC VR. It supports up to 10 players and looks like a lot of fun. The Wrecking Crew have scheduled a launch day live stream, so go check that out on my channel. Espire 2 will release on the 17th of November. There is a single player and co-op campaign mode for this robot Stealth 'em Up. I've played it, I'm under embargo, but can say this is one to keep your eye on. I played co-op with Surgical from Indie VR and we had a ton of fun. Swords of Broken Edge will also be dropping on the 17th of November. I played this at EGX. Me and Shuey from Power on VR had some epic fights and this turned out to be my favourite game of the show. So, another one to add to your list. And the biggie, the biggest release that I am so excited for, and that is Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution, which releases on the 1st of December and will officially be going into hibernation to play this. The original was one of my all-time favourite titles and I absolutely played it to death. The new release looks to be bigger, badder and even more bloody, with brand new locations, brand new weapons and a ferocious looking enemy. I can't wait for this release, but as always, what do you think? Are you looking forward to Retribution? Are you more interested in Espire 2 or Among Us VR? You know the drill. Get involved and comment down below. Before you go, please remember that I have opened up channel membership, so if you enjoy this video, you can now click the join button and help support the madness. Thank you. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.